I was surprised the first time someone referred to my grandson as being homeless. But the truth is, he really is homeless.
You know, she's like, oh, why don't you guys just get out of my house? I don't even want you guys here, you know? And that's why they say you should never live with family or friends, because if you want to continue being family or friends, you don't want to live with them.
I'm going to end up from day to day, so I can't say they're going to be in school, which in turn means I got to run and hide and keep the state off my back from taking my kids because they're not in school. But those people have homes to live in. They have homes to go to. I don't.
A lot of people find it hard to believe that we actually had a family. We had things, and this isn't our lifestyle. This isn't just because, you know, of every different bad reason or a bad choice, or it just happens to be one dark cloud that just hasn't broken yet.
We moved my daughter and the two children up with us because my daughter was very panicky at the time and figured she'd live in her car.
We were evicted from our apartment back in April of 2014. We were $100 short on our rent, and I asked the manager to give me 1 week. That's all I needed, was 1 week. And she didn't want to do that, so we were kicked out. It's actually an eye-opening experience. It really is. Because you're going from having a stable place to live, a stable place for the kids, you know, friends, neighbors, whatever, to having nothing. It's a very rude awakening.
What I've come across learning in Idaho is that there's far from any shelters that allow families to try to stay together. We ended up moving in with my in-laws after begging and pleading, their 3 grandchildren, and we were in a small trailer in Garden City, Idaho. Thankful I had a roof over my children's head, but probably one of the worst experiences my kids I should have had to put them through. I don't want to be humiliated as far as going and finding and possibly getting a job and not being able to make it to my job, because that night when I got home, I was told to get out again.
We are on the food stamp programs. There's plenty of places around town that are more than willing to help you with food, and I'm thankful for that. Thankful for that help. You know, I just wish there was places that would help with housing. You know, but there isn't.
A home we lived in for 5.5 years, paid rent every month, and the owner just decided he wanted to sell and drew us to the curb. And now we've been thrown to the curb again. Wife and 4 of my children.
Okay,
and one of my sons is severely disabled. He suffered a brain hemorrhage when he was born and lost 80% of the front left lobe of his brain. My focus shifts from finding a place to live to where am I going to park my camper for today, only to wake up the next morning to make sure I have enough gas money to even go a block from where I was last time.
Well, I came across some kids on the river. They say they don't want their grandparents to know that they're living on the river, so I can't breach their confidentiality, but they worry me to death that they're out there. They each have jobs. They're good kids. They've lived out there for 1.5 years now. The girl has a job at the casino, and she catches the bus right there where they camp out and goes to the casino to work. And once a week, they allow her to rent a room for $30 a night. And all the kids go in there and shower and wash their clothes and do all the things that they need to do.
It's hard to bounce around from place to place to place. My older son and I have 2 other kids as well. You tend to wear out your welcome after a certain amount of time. you know, and so it's like, okay, everybody's starting to get at each other and it's time to move out. People live in their cars, people, you know, stay with friends. When we first got kicked out of our apartment, we went from friend to friend to friend to motel to friend until I finally got here where I can actually pay monthly instead of weekly. We've been in this motel for 1.5 years now.
And on top of that, being that we're homeless now, God, I do $100 in laundry a week. Yet I have a perfectly good washer and dryer in storage. Just can't use it.
Most of our stuff is in storage. Everything's been in storage for so long, I don't even know what's in there anymore. You know, we're talking 2.5 years. Well, at the storage unit I go to, if you're behind 2 months or more, they put a lock on it until you get it caught up. If it goes to 3 months or more, then you lose your stuff.
Been here roughly 2 months. Spent a lot of time looking for a home to go to, but there's nothing available. It's all too expensive, or places will rent it before their tenants even move out.
First of all, I'm on low income and I'm going through Section 8, but yet and still you want to do a credit check. Like if I would try to use the property management and stuff, they want to do a credit check. Well, do you think I would be low income if I had great credit? No, I'd be able to pay everything. And I'd have awesome credit, you know, we all would. But unfortunately, that's not the fact of the matter that happens in society, you know. And it just became more and more of a struggle where I was going to be denied either for his background check or whether it's because our credit wasn't good enough. And it became hopeless.
I'm on several other low-income housing, but they're all 3-year waiting lists.
It comes down to the housing market. We've checked on a couple of homes. They want $45 per adult over the age of 18 for a credit and background check. That's $200 to start off right off the bat. That money has to be submitted with the application. And if you don't pass, you're out $200 and you got to start all over because you don't get that money back.
Being a mom and a single parent, it is your job to make sure that we have a roof over our head. It's your job to make sure that we have food, and it's your job, you know, to listen to us, keep us safe, and you've done more than that. I can't tell you how thankful I am for that.
My oldest son ended up moving from his school in California, and then he ended up out here in school. So he's been through about 4 or 5 schools. I met Joanne, which works for the school district, and she has been tremendous through all this. She's helped me with backpacks for my kids, school supplies, whatever was needed, transportation. You know, if there was something I needed and she can do, she made it happen. It was a struggle after a struggle after a struggle. You know, everyone wants you to jump through hurdles that are almost virtually impossible to go through.
And it's not just here in Coeur d'Alene. It's everywhere. And it's not going away. It's growing. And we need to get the attention of our senators and our congressmen. We need to help these kids. They're our next generation, and these are good kids.
That you have to make sure that you have a heart for it. And you need to find a support group so that you have some support and somebody else to talk to that really understands what you're going through.
A lot of teachers, a lot of the administrative staff in the office, they don't understand why this child is seemingly depressed this particular day or, you know, whatever. They don't understand what's going on outside of school. Those kids that are homeless, they need help. Their parents need help. The family needs help. Maybe find some way to open up a door that would give those people some kind of help.
It will get better. It'll either make you or break you.
Again, now I have to play hide me from the state so they don't take my kids, especially my special needs child. You want to destroy me? Take it.
Just keep pushing through.